welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. Hope everybody had a nice long weekend. If you had a long weekend, I know the Canadians were all upset because they don't celebrate MLK Day. I know Europe as well. Everybody was confused that we had daytime hoops yesterday. It was nice. We should sprinkle that in once a month, not MLK Day. We could do MLK Day once a month if we wanted to, but just like once a month, we're going to have a day in the middle of the week where there's just basketball going on all day long. I liked it. It was nice. And I wasn't even like locked in sitting down. I watched a couple of quarters of the Bucks Hawks, couple quarters of the Cavs Thunder, watched a little bit of the Celtics and the Pistons. Just kind of bounced around. But hope everybody had a nice weekend. Where it's good to be back. We had a weird live before lock, like in the middle of the day yesterday. NBA Bit, though, the rest of the week we're out here. We're about to have some fun the rest of this week. Live before lock will be back on Friday as well. 89 Cavs at some point this week. I hope so anyways. Who do we got in the chat this morning? Yeah, congrats to those Hoosiers. Fernando Mendoza, congrats to him. Happy birthday to Hero and Anthony Black. That's fun. Yeah, we're going to talk Golden State. We got Sneeps up in here. We got Best Ball Viper, GM. Happy National Disc Jockey Day. That's huge for the disc jockeys. We got to start with Golden State. And I was like sort of in and out last night because I took a pretty strong stance yesterday in the underdog streets, and I saw there was some footage of Andre Drummond in a starter's jersey, okay? So that told me Joel Embiid's not going to play basketball because the Sixers have 3 games in 4 nights, all right? This is how my math worked. Right? They play the Suns tonight. They play the Rockets on Thursday. Drummond in a starter's jersey. I was like, Embiid's sitting, baby. Embiid's sitting. Let's fire up Drum Dog Millionaire. And then, obviously, Embiid plays, has a wonderful game. So I'm out there sweating. I'll explain how this connects to Golden State here in a second. I'm sweating Andre Drummond not entering the basketball game. All right? That's why you might be watching the Sixers game because Maxey has 8 steals. Maybe he's going to get a quadruple double. Maybe that's why you're watching. Me? I'm watching to make sure Andre Drummond does not get his ass off the bench unless it's to high-five people to give a timeout. Andre Drummond doesn't enter the game. So you want to know what that means? That means all 35% of my Andre Drummond turned in to Moses Moody. Moody saved the night for me. We didn't make money, but we didn't lose money either. So Moses Moody saved the day. But anyways, a long story to get there. This meant I watched Jimmy Butler go down, and it was ugly, man. I just feel so bad. The face of Big Face Coffee goes down. Jimmy Butler in the Warriors W tears his ACL, and he's done for the season, man. And it really kind of shakes up what the Golden State Warriors do from here, right? The Dubs were Magikarp says my advertisement today was for a wallet begging me to not click the skip button. There we go. Welcome back. But I think this really messes up Golden State now. What do they do? What do they do here? They are they're done. They're done. They had won like 4 games in a row, right? The Warriors had won 4 in a row. I think they're 7-3 in their last 10. Yeah, Stan Loves was trying to recoup his bet after that 500 start of the Warriors, and now that's cooked. So what do they do? Because, the Kuminga, Malik Monk, Michael Porter Jr., whatever that 3-team deal was going to be, now it's like, what kind of future do we sacrifice here to just do what? Because Jimmy was obviously going to be a big part of whatever that move was going to be. It's not like Jimmy was going to be a part of the trade unless it was going to get Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so now I don't know what they do. Do you give up a pick along with whatever this Kuminga deal is to get somebody like Malik Monk to what? Finish in the 9 seed? So they were only a game and a half out of the top 6, right? They were a game and a half out of the top 6. Again, playing a little bit better basketball. And yeah, DJP was saying Jimmy was playing really well this year. Yeah, he had strung together some, again, the whole Warriors team was playing a little bit better. Like we saw Pajemski hit shots last night. And I don't know what they do. And they've talked a lot about, Steve Kerr's talked a lot about how the dynasty is winding down a little bit now. And like there's pride in, or there, I forget the word that he used, but basically pride in finishing this thing out. And now I don't know. Best thing the Warriors could do is trade Curry and rebuild, but that won't happen. I don't think that will happen either. And I don't think Steph wants that to happen. I tell you what, if Steph went in there and was like, you know what, I don't want to ride this out for the next couple of years, they'd move him. But that's not what he's gonna do. Like, he's not gonna do. That's not what he's gonna do. So I this sucks though. This sucks because, listen, yes, did I bet the Warriors under? Yes. Did I bet with Stan Loves? Yes. Am I collecting W's in January? Yeah, probably. But the playoffs, spring basketball is more fun if Steph Curry's out there doing Steph Curry stuff. And now I don't know what their ceilings are playing. They're essentially the Memphis Grizzlies now, So we'll have to wait and see. What are we, like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks away from the trade deadline? Maybe we see some Warriors buzz pick up. I'm sure they still move Kuminga. There was great. I forget who asked the question. Somebody in the media scrum after the game asked Steve Kerr, "Does this open up some minutes for? Could this bring Jonathan Kuminga back into the rotation?" And he was just kind of like, "Yeah, maybe he's ready." Let's see. When Jimmy went down, because this happened in the first half, I believe. Because how many minutes did Jimmy play last night? Jimmy played 21 minutes, so maybe this happened in the early second half. Let's see how many Kuminga minutes played. None. So Jonathan Kuminga, here's who played ahead of JK last night. Trace Jackson Davis, somebody named Malevi Leons, Al Horford, Buddy Hield, Gary Payton, L.J. Cryer, Pat Spencer, and the pod god off the bench. So does this mean, is it come bucket season? No, I don't think so. No tank. They still have their pick. I don't think you can tank with Steph Curry on your team. You think Steph Curry at this point in his career is down to just sit games? Like, how many games does Steph have? How many games does he have left? Like, well, you can't just rest him. Okay, that was his debut. The Dutchman. Shout out to look at the Dutch reporting live in the chat. Thank you, Badavine. So you can't. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't sit Steph. You can't. I don't know. But anyways, Warriors do get the W here. Let's give some positive signs here. Podziemski goes for 24 points. Finally found the three ball. Hit most of them in the fourth quarter, I think. And that kind of, this game was pretty close. I mean, it was like a 6 to 8 point game when the fourth quarter, Steph Curry picked up his fifth foul, I think. Right? How many did he finish with? Because he ended up not coming back into the game. Steph only played 28 minutes. Yeah, picked up his fifth foul, I think with like 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Again, I can't believe I was watching this, but I was like, Moses, please do something. Podziemski knocks down a couple of triples, hit a tough midi, and then that was kind of it. Steph didn't have to do anything. And the Heat fall. Miami's been really hard to figure out. Bam Adebayo was kind of on a heater. He came back down to earth last night. Normally, it's never centers against the Warriors, but you could have made a case for it last night with no Draymond Green in this one. Bam played 26 minutes. He went 1 for 13 from the field. 1 for 13 for the field. Alan says, bro, the Warriors won, and you talk like it's over. Alan, I like what you do. Because, like, occasionally you'll say, like, a couple of good things, right? And then you say something that reminds me that you don't know ball. So thank you for just centering us this morning. You're right, man. Go ahead. Bet on the Golden State Warriors, Alan. Buddy Hield. Yeah, you want to talk about Buddy. Anyways, Miami's been hard to figure out. Yeah, like 1 for 13 from the field from Scam. Everybody just plays like 25 minutes. Pelly Larson, Davion Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins. Granted, they all probably would have got to 30 if that last 4 minutes mattered, but Jaime Jaquez, Simone Fontecchio played 27 minutes. You got Kaspers with 14, Khalil Ware at 15 and 4 in his 18 minutes. It's a tough scene for Miami. Turning Bam into a wannabe Chris Bosh on offense while getting angry Ware shoots threes when he is much better at it is stupid as hell. I can't believe Spoelstra has lost the Heat culture. Spoelstra has lost Heat culture. The fans are turning on Spo. Spo don't know ball anymore. But anyways, Warriors get the W here. Let's go to what I thought was like the game of the night. Celtics and Pistons, man. This was a playoff game. That's what this felt like. JB has the ball in his hands, down 1. down one with 4 seconds left, finds a Paul Pierce ass midi to take, and I thought we were getting a Halliburton. Back rimmed, shot up straight up in the air. Thought it felt like it was up there for 30 seconds. Thought it was going to come down. It bricks out. Pistons get the W. They move to 31-10. Celtics 26-16. And you're probably like, hey man, did the Celtics lose some ground? No, because the Knicks suck. And we'll get to them here in a second. But this was a great game. I hope we get this playoff series. I thought the most impressive thing that happened here was Detroit kind of made Boston play their basketball. It was their style of game. Like you saw, the offense was flowing a little bit in that first quarter, 29-26, but then they held the Celtics in the second to just 22 points. Celtics won 3 of the 4 quarters. However, that does not count as a W. Derek White, I mean, if it wasn't for Bam Adebayo, we'd be shitting on Derek White. He went 1 for 11 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. And this, I brought this up on the Celtics Daily video that's going to go up in a little bit. But if you just looked at the box score without looking at the score and you saw Derek White had 4, 9, and 5 on 1 for 11 shooting, if you saw Peyton Pritchard had 17, if you saw Simons only got 9 and Garza had to play 15 minutes, I think you would have thought Detroit kind of ran away with this game. So the fact that Derek White, their second best player, had a pretty off night from the field and that they only lost by 1, that's a little moral victory. But you're right, Alan. We should do the Detroit basketball, especially because we need to give Jay Catch a little bit of love too.
Detroit basketball! Detroit basketball!
I thought the Celtics did an interesting thing in this game, just throwing 2 at Cade the whole game. Cade only got to 16 points, but he dimed it up 14 times. I thought Jalen Duren was going to beat the hell out of them, and he did early on, but finished the game with 18 and 9 in this one. So that's kind of fun. Sar Thompson had 7. You had Duncan Robinson been kind of hooping a little bit lately. Duncan Robinson and Sam Hauser, I don't know what kind of white elixir they've taken in the last couple of weeks, but all of a sudden both of those guys have found the 3 ball a little bit. And then Tobias, man, old man Tobias was hooping. You're going to throw 2 at Cade. Tobias going to hit them middies. 11 for 20. He had 25. Good win for Detroit. I think that's all you can say. Just like a really good win for the Pistons. And they, again, I feel like I brought this up. What did they start the season? 1-2? 1-2, and since then they are 30-8. They've just been out there hooping in the Eastern Conference, and while the rest of the East kind of continues to be ass, they keep getting some W's. So shout out to the Pistons. Good win for them. Let's go to the Bing Bong Boys because it does seem like Chicken Little the sky is falling here. And I saw DJP's comment. I've been seeing a lot of that too, where they were like, "Hey, maybe Tom Thibodeau knew what he was talking about, huh? Maybe he knew what he was talking about." Everybody's ready to shit on Mike Brown. I don't necessarily think this is coaching, but there's definitely some locker room vibes. Josh Hart had some comments after the game. Basically saying it was personnel because people aren't just buying in. Now there's been lots of leaks and reports of Karl Anthony Towns having some that they've been having conversations about moving Cat. Evergreen, dude. Evergreen that we if a team struggles, it's probably Karl Anthony Towns' fault, I don't know if it's Cat's fault. I don't know. I mean, I think their bench is like sneaky thin. But to lose at home by this amount to the Dallas Hospital Mavericks, Dwight Powell played 28 minutes. 28 minutes. Had 2 points, 5 boards, and 2 dimes, baby. Dwight Powell. Caleb Martin. Look at this starting 5, man. Oh, Billy the Kid. Thanks for hanging out, Billy. Appreciate you, man. Look at this shit. Dwight Powell, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, Cooper Flagg, and Max Christie. Can't stop them. Mavs get their 18th win. Shout out Cooper Flagg, though, right? That injury kind of looked gnarly after turning his ankle in 2 consecutive games. Missed a couple of games. He's back. Pretty efficient from the field, 7 for 14, had 18, 7, and 3. Najee Marshall continues to do everything for this team. He had 19, 8, and 4 in his 33 minutes. No PJ in this game, unfortunately. And the Clay Renaissance, man. I honestly think unless Clay is super happy in Dallas, like if he's just like, hey, shout out Dirty Dancing. I'm having the time of my life. I don't know why we're doing that this morning, but if Clay's happy, leave him there. But I would love to see Clay go play some basketball this spring, Let him hoop on a playoff team. If this is the type of Clay you're going to get, right? You know he's not going to get a lot of defense, but he comes out there and just hoops, man. The three ball's been falling after a rough start, but anyways, 14-5 off the bench in 21 minutes. Right? If Clay's like your eighth guy on a playoff team, just come in and knock down threes, baby, for 15 to 18 minutes a game? Let's go. Do you think if Cat went to Boston, if we trade for Cat, I will focus on the G League team. I'll just be like a main fan. I'll be focusing on Amari Williams putting up 30-point triple-doubles in the G League. That's what I would focus on. And they can't handle that sass. Boston's way too problematic to have somebody like Karl Anthony Towns on their team. Anyway, but look at this New York Knicks stuff. And I was not locked into the Knicks game yesterday because for some reason Underdog was like, what if we have a day slate that doesn't include the 5 o'clock games, and we'll have a night slate that also doesn't include the 5 o'clock games, when we had two fun 5 o'clock games. So I didn't really pay attention to this. When I saw the score early, Dallas was up, all right, they finished the first quarter 31-22. I was like, oh, I guess Brunson missed another game. Nope. Brunson played 34 minutes. He went 9 for 24 from the field. He just doesn't do enough in this one. He 6 dimes. That's not going to cut it. Mikal Bridges, I saw people are losing their shit about Mikal Bridges. He played 33 minutes, went 3 for 10 from the field. That a little bit better than Derek White. He had 7 points. Josh Hart had 8 and 6. You had Cat right there with 22 and 18, and then OG 31 minutes, 9 points. But I think like what part of the problem is, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Mitchell Robinson was like losing his shit on the internet. He posted like farewell on Instagram, and it was like him picking up Jalen Brunson from the ground. Like, oh, Mitch, what are we doing, buddy? What are we doing? And then apparently, like insiders, because I saw a couple of beat reporters reporting on it, was saying that was just Mitch Rob being Mitch Rob, and I don't know what that means. But, like, listen, man, you're playing look at the bench, dude. It's Landry Shamet, Deuce McBride, and Mitch Rob. And, like, I don't know. Is that enough? Is that enough for a team that had expectations? And I keep going back to the Knicks and the Cavs because I think one of the issues you run into when the Eastern Conference is the way that it is, especially at the beginning of the season with all the injuries of like the Pacers and the Celtics allegedly being taken off the board, it just puts a lot of pressure on you to get off to these hot starts, right? And the Knicks are still 7 games over 500, but they've been playing really bad. And when you have stretches like this, or like what we've seen from Cleveland, I think it just feels like the pressure mounts at a faster rate than it would for another team. Like the Magic have been mid as well, and they've also been dealing with some injury stuff, but they haven't been playing awesome. Yet the pressure, like the expectations weren't as high as they were for the Knicks and the Cavs, and so that it ends up being a little bit more because it does kind of feel like the window is closing. If you don't capitalize for both of these teams on these moments right now, like it's only going to get harder from here. And I don't know what moves the Knicks could make outside of getting the Greek Freak that is all of a sudden going to unlock some new level. And I don't think they can trade for Giannis unless Giannis is just like, you have to send me there now. So anyways, Knicks, I believe, are like 3-7 or 2-8 in their last 10. We'll look at that towards the end. Speaking of the Cavs, let's go over there. They kept this game kind of fun for a little bit, and then OKC just beat the shit out of them in the fourth quarter, 45-25. Before we even get into that, J-Dub has a tweaked hammy, and it sounds like he's going to miss a considerable amount of time. And again, the luxury of just being better than everybody else in the NBA is that you're like, oh, yeah, J-Dub maybe only would have missed 2 weeks, but they can probably be like, dude, we'll see you in March. We'll see you in March. But that's a tough news for them. And then Jay Will, I don't know how many of you guys saw this. Yesterday, Jalen Williams gets the start. The other Jay Will. All right, Jalen Williams. And he goes up for a dunk. And Jared Allen blocked him so hard that he got hurt. And he tried to shake it off and left the game. I don't know if they've reported what the injury was. He fell so awkwardly. Jared Allen, I don't think I've seen this, where he got blocked at the rim so hard that you physically see him be pushed back the other direction. That's how much velocity Jared Allen's SWAT had on him. And it sent him back. He got hurt. He missed some time. That sucks for them. It seems like Isaiah Hartenstein is right around the corner, so maybe he'll be back soon. Chetty Bang Bang's been hooping, man. I don't know if we've been talking about it enough because just like we're like, okay, whatever, OKC's so good. They got the MVP. Chet was in the same draft as Wemby. Who cares? Chet's been hooping this year. 25 and 8, couple of blocks, and then SGA. Efficient as ever, 12 for 20, 30 points. That's SGA work. And then Doherty gave him 18. Let's just look at the bench here. So Wiggins moves into the starting lineup for J-Dub. He played 31 minutes. Keep that in mind. And then Caruso only played 7 minutes. They got to light work for AC. I don't know if he got hurt too. Okay, we got to pay attention to that as well. Off the bench, Wallace only played 18. It was a lot of Isaiah Joe, a lot of Kenrich Williams, a lot of A.J. Mitchell. I expect to see more of that. I was surprised Kaysen only played 18 minutes, but maybe that was just matchup dependent. Cavs here without Garland again for another week. It looks like Garland's going to miss that much time. Magi says that Jared Allen block is the inverse of when Ant ended John Collins' career. Yeah, dude, Ant's meant. Remember, and then Yuri. Remember, was it Yuri? Yuki. Watanabe, the Raptors guy, who pops with no Caruso and Jay Will out. Yeah, I think I just rattled that off, but maybe I know the chat's a little behind because of StreamYard, but I just kind of hit that, so you probably got it, DJP. For the Cavs here, D. Mitch, 19-4. We saw Jalen Tyson in the starting lineup. Dean Wade, they got back to Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson been hooping, too. Honestly, if we gave out most improved for guys that deserve it, Jalen Tyson. And then off the bench here, Craig Porter Jr. got 21 minutes, Tomlin 26, and Hunter 26. Proctor threw in 15 as well. Cavs, 4 games over 500. Like, whatever. You weren't going to win this game. You weren't going to win this game. They're too good. The first MLK day game of the day was just nightmare fuel, man. These teams, both of these teams are just hilarious. So the Bucks... The Bucks get off to this like hot ass start. So first of all, Doc Rivers got unnecessarily deep in his bag, takes Kevin Porter Jr. out of the starting lineup, and he was like, "What if? Hear me out. What if Kyle Kuzma gets into the starting lineup? He plays 31 minutes. He goes 3 for 9 from the field. He has 10 points. Miles Turner knocked down some threes early. AJ Green was Larry Birding it up. Look at this. So they're up by 20-19 after the first quarter. Dog shit. Neither of these teams playing defense. Somehow only 39 points scored in the first quarter. Second quarter, Atlanta ran it back. They said, what if we go 19 again? And then meanwhile, the Bucks go up now by 15 at halftime. Surely this game's over, right? Instead, also, one quick note. I believe the Hawks started 0 for 20 or something from 3. And once again, everybody takes to Twitter being like, why can't Dyson Daniels hit a 3? I swear. And maybe I just have... I have too much love for Dyson Daniels. You guys have to stop getting mad at people who don't do things that then don't do those things. Like Dyson Daniels never in his career has been a 3-point shooter. And then people are like, why can't this guy shoot threes? That's not what he does. It's not like he's taking 9 a game. He went 0 for 2 from 3, and everybody's like, this team sucks at shit. These teams sucks at shoot threes because Dyson Daniels can't shoot threes. What are we doing? That's the dumbest thing. Anyways, Dyson Daniels is good. He can't shoot threes. No kidding. You tell me something I don't know. Anyways, on the Atlanta side. So Atlanta comes storming back. They outscore him by 8 in the third and 6 in the fourth. Make this a close game. CJ, I believe, had a shot at the buzzer to potentially give him the W. Doesn't happen. Jalen Johnson, after just like a brutal stretch, he goes for 28 and 16. Also had 6 dimes, only 1 block. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, again, most improved. Maybe we do most improved offensively. That would be fun, right? Nah had 32 points, 6 and 6. He got super hot in the second half. He unlocked them a little bit. Dyson here, 1 board shy of a triple-double, 17, 10, and 9, had 3 steals and a block over there as well. CJ moved back to the bench. They put Corey Kispert into the starting lineup. He only had 2 points in his 20 minutes. CJ had 17 off the bench, and that was fun. That was fun for them. Giannis here still at 30 minutes. They're staying pretty true to that minute restriction, which kind of sucks. But he had 21 and 17 boards. KPJ off the bench had, 9, 7, and 6, and then 19 from the Bobby Lobby. Bucks now just 6 games under 500. The Hawks 5 games under 500. Really fun stuff. Clippers and the Wizards. This honestly was my favorite game of the first 3 in the morning. Sanjay Rich says CJ needs to be banned from the city. He was over 30% on last 2 years on 3. Yeah, but 30% isn't good. Like 30% is not a good 3-point shooter, right? Also, that's on super on 2 attempts a night. That's not a sample size. We're back to Dyson Daniels shooting threes. That's not a sample size. That 2's not a lot. Onyeka takes more than that. So that's and all over 30% is bad. I don't want my guy. If you shoot 30%, don't shoot threes. We want 35% minimum. Anyways, and I'm not saying stop that he is a good 3-point. Oh, I got you, DJP. All right, Clips won this one 110-106 over the Wizards. And this was a fun one, man. James #hard on. No Kawhi. It seems like Kawhi left the road trip. Kawhi left the road trip. He went home. They're resting him up. I don't think it's super serious. I think he's just going to miss a couple of games, but we'll see. It is Kawhi Leonard. Look at this efficiency, bro. Harden got to the line 20 times. He had 36 points, 9 dimes, and 7 boards. Big Z had a 14-12. Those 5 turnovers kind of nuked his ceiling. 14 and 12. Jordan Miller. Look at Miller. 5 stocks out there. He had 16 and 5. Somebody named Cam Christie played 19 minutes, and so did Nicolas Batum. One thing I like, well, I know we're not previewing tonight's slate yet. So the Clippers are on a back-to-back on the road. They're playing the Chicago Bulls tonight. The Bulls are favored by 3.5. Is that right? That might just be right? That might just be right. That the Clippers are on a back-to-back. The Bulls are not. Josh Giddey might be back for Chicago. I'm just a little nervous, but I think everybody goes. But Zubac should go for 1 million fantasy points tonight. I know we haven't seen the ceiling since he's come back from his injury, but it's Nikola fucking Vucevic, man. I need Big Z to represent the Z's. Go out there and cook, Z. Also Jordan Miller. I'm going back to the Miller well. The Wizards, listen. This is what you want to be doing if you're Washington. You want to lose close-ass games and have your young guys cook. No Bilal Coulibaly again. He might be back this next game. I'm not sure. Bubby played 37 minutes. Led the team in minutes here. 17, 7, and 6. Keep doing that, Bub. Need ya. Sarsgaard played 31 minutes. Good to see him north of 30. He had 28 and 6. And then Keyshawn. 3 steals from Keyshawn, 18, 6, and 6. This is what I want to see. I want to see those guys playing 35 minutes a game to save my bags. And then Champagne with 26 off the bench. But anyways, Wizards still at 10 wins, 10 and 32. Clips just 4 games under 500 now. 4 games under 500. Let's do a little Wemby mania, man. I did not see the Pedersen game last Friday, or whatever. I didn't. I don't know. I'm not watching any college hoops. I watch college hoops in March, and then I don't have takes about college players until May, June. Mainly because I can't do it. I can't. I don't have the brain capacity to follow it anymore. But anyway, Spurs won this one 123-110. We got Svi Lake. Keontae had 30 in this 34 minutes. Hey, Yusuf Nurkic, welcome back to the starting lineup, bro. Yusuf has been dressing up for work every day without having to work. That's what he did last week. This time back into the starting lineup. Should note he was kept to 26 minutes in a relatively close competitive game. And so I don't know is he just going to be on a minute restriction? I don't think he was coming back from an injury or anything. Maybe they just thought he was tired. I don't know. Jazz played tonight against the Timberwolves. They're 10.5-point dogs. I think the Jazz are going to be full strength tonight. Meaning, I think if you didn't think Lowry was going to play and they were on a back-to-back, I know they're at home, but on a back-to-back against the Timberwolves team, I would have assumed they would be more than 10.5 if you didn't think Lowry was playing. So I kind of think Lowry's playing tonight. But anyways, Filipowski played 26 minutes. Whatever. We don't need to talk about them. Keontae got 30. That's fun. When we go to the Spurs, Wemby, bro. 26 minutes from Wemby, and he just destroyed him. 33 and 10, 4 stocks. It felt like he could have gone for 60. Doing that in 26 minutes, nasty business, man. Nasty business. Spurs 30 and 13, man. San Antonio just keeps stacking W's. They got a tough one tonight. Castle at 18, 8, and 4. The Fox had 14, 8, but he also had 4 steals. That helped him out. Lindy Waters had 5 minutes. I wanted to shout out Dylan Harper here, whose minutes have been kind of all over the place. He got up to 25 and very efficient. 6 for 7 from the field, had 15 points, 5 dimes, a couple of boards. Kind of want to see Harper come on a little bit more, but I thought when Vassell went down, we'd see more Dylan, but we haven't. Anyways, good win for the Spurs. Jazz, whatever. Let's talk about Maxey because Maxey was incredible last night. Sixers win this one 113-104, right? Again, can't believe Embiid played last night. I cannot believe Joel Embiid played last night. I'm ready to take the L again tonight when we talk about tonight's slate. But Maxey, dude, look at this. 8 steals and a block, dude. Maxey was doing everything last night. He just looks like the fastest man in America. What? Oh, 6 for 7. Nice. He's just so fast, dude. Maxey is flying around the court. Pacers kept this one fun, which kept the minutes up. Embiid played 33 minutes last night. Embiid was good too, man. And he had a kind of quiet first half, and then he went off in the second half. He had 30 and 9. So Paul George didn't play last night, so I assume he goes tonight. But in Paul George's absence, Kelly Oubre played 35 minutes. I think this is the second time he's played 30-plus minutes since coming back from injury. He had 18 and 5. Solid game from him. VJ Edgecombe didn't do too much. 11, 5, and 4. Barlow played 24 minutes. And then whatever. Yeah, good win for the Sixers. Shout out Drum Dog for not coming in. Nemby was cooking 25, 5, and 2. He had 5 turnovers. I almost gave him credit for that. And then Spicy P 24, 7, and 6. Yeah, Pacers are at 10 wins still. Same amount of wins as the Wiz. That's where they're at. 76ers, 5 games over 500 now. Only one game left. Look at us. We're cooking. Suns got to win W 126-117. Devin Booker, I got to tell you guys, Devin Booker, ceilingless, man. Ceilingless. We just can't. It's not. I'm not seeing it anymore. I'm going to keep drafting him and keep losing, but 24, 4, and 4. It sounds like Jalen Green's going to be back soon. Maybe tonight. Suns play tonight against the Sixers. Maybe tonight. So that'll be fun. Hope he's back soon. Dylan Brooks, pretty efficient night from him too. 8 for 15. He had 27. Mark Dubby, 16 and 8 with 3 blocks and 2 steals. And then Grayson Allen played 30 minutes off the bench. So if Jalen Green comes back, he's going to be off the bench, right? Does that cut into some Jordan Goodwin and some Ryan Dunn? Is that what that cuts into? Also, Ryan Dunn, man, had some high hopes for a minute, but that Ryan Dunn experience might be kind of cooked. Yeah, Booker's bought all the way in. I mean, hard to blame him, dude. I did not see the Suns being 9 games over 500. Did not see that coming. So that was yesterday's action. I don't think I want to do the whole weekend. I know we normally do the whole weekend, but with how many games we had yesterday, let's just kind of go to tonight. Also, if you guys subscribe to Bagel with Locks, first of all, thank you. I'm going to drop the link into the chat. We had a new post today. I apologize if you got it in email form and it said tonight is Dog Bowl 2 or Dog Bowl 3. I thought tonight was the Dog Bowl. I blame Nez because he told me. But still, that's okay. Nez does more good than bad. But no Dog Bowl tonight. But they do have 8K up top, which is kind of fun. And yeah, I agree with this. G Dunn greater than Ryan Dunn. Yeah, shout out G Dunn. I was texting G Dunn about baseball today. This weekend. I'm locked in on baseball. Let's go. Tuesday, January 20th. Excuse me. So Suns 76ers. 76ers favored by 1.5. Both teams on a back-to-back. I'm going to play Embiid out. I think Jalen Green does come back. Dude, there's a dude walking down the street right now in shorts. What are we doing, bro? In shorts, bro. It's how cold is it? Let's see. 18 degrees. Feels like 4. It feels like 4 degrees. Bro's in shorts. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Anyways, Suns and 76ers tonight. I mean, Embiid doesn't play, right? I was like, oh, Philly's favored by 1.5. Is that wrong? I mean, both teams are on a back-to-back. Philly is at home. Suns are on the road. I think Paul George in, Embiid out. Right? Paul George in, Embiid out. Maxey forever. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Clippers and Bulls. I mentioned this one. Bulls here favored by 3.5. Bulls favored by 3.5. I think Josh Giddey's back. What do you guys think? 27 minutes of Josh Giddey. Over the weekend, Josh Giddey went down to the G League. Got a rehab assignment in. I imagine we see some sort of report that he participated in shoot-around, and then I think we get an early ruled in. I think the second he's done with shoot-around, Billy Donovan's going to run to a reporter and say, Josh Giddey's back in action tonight. That's it. If Giddey wasn't playing, I don't see the Bulls being favored by 3.5. So let's say 26 minutes of Josh Giddey, 30 minutes of Kobe White. I know Vooch has been kind of cooking lately. I think that has more to do with the fact that they've been missing all of their playmakers. So I don't know. DJP says the Dembona time. I don't know. I went to Drummond yesterday. Thank God he didn't play. Bona seems to be the backup. I think they keep Bona as the backup and that Drummond starts, but I don't know. Does Mark Williams play the back-to-back? Probably. But anyways, on the Clippers side of stuff, yeah, Harden and Zubats. I mentioned Zubac should absolutely go nuke. And then I love Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller's been hooping. I wrote him up as a potential Zag plant today. I actually, not to give it away, but I wrote up both Zubats. Zubats is like the main Zag plant because he's like middle of the draft. I feel like you can actually draft him. Jordan Miller's a nice little low-owned dart throw. Spurs and Rockets. I'm excited about this one. Wemby only played 26 minutes last night. Maybe we get him up to 28. I don't know. Houston's without Steven Adams. He got dinged up, but it sounds like he avoided serious injury, which is good news. Tari Eason is questionable. I think they're going to need Eason tonight. They probably want some of their size back. Otherwise, that's way too much Clint Capella. Jabari Smith Jr. We didn't talk about this because we didn't do all the games. Can I just say, Jabari Smith Jr. went freaking nuts in this last game. 32 points and 8 boards in 41 minutes against the Pelicans. Pelicans can make anybody turn into an MVP. I don't think I'm getting a Jabari Smith Jr. today. To me, it's just goon. Yeah, goon. Amen Thompson and Katie. Those are the guys I want. On the Spurs side, Castle's free. Castle's barely getting drafted. So for the 45th consecutive slate, I'll probably have 28% Stephon Castle and then just be pissed off at the 36 fantasy points I get. But like Castle, Fox is whatever. And then Wemby, I'm going back and forth. I kind of want to put Harden too today, but I can't do it. No aura. Got to play Wemby. Let's get to Tim B's and the Jazz. We kind of covered this a little bit. Naz Reid, lines up to 12.5. That sucks. Was 10.5 this morning, and I was all in on the Lowry train. That makes me a little bit more nervous. Naz Reid here is questionable. He got hurt in the last game, hurt his shoulder, left the game early, did not return, and he's questionable tonight. So kind of lean out, right? Just rest him, but I don't know. Rudy revenge tonight. Rudy back to Utah, sticking it to the Mormons. I don't know how the French feel about the Mormons, but yeah, Rudy revenge tonight against the against the Jazz. Obviously, Anthony Edwards cooks. All right, we got two late games. We've got the Lakers in the Nuggets here. Love this game from a fantasy perspective. Luke has kind of been bad. Actually, I'm going to do a refresh on this really quickly. No, that's right. Oh, we have 3 games left. Excuse me. I haven't seen like massive Luka game here in a little bit. Or maybe that was just the last game. Maybe I'm overreacting. Recency bias. Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, and co. are all back. Jokic were probably a week away from the return of the joke. Jonas Valanciunas back at practice too, so hopefully he's back soon. But yeah, I'm drafting a ton of Jamal Murray. I kind of want to take him over Anthony Edwards. I know the Nuggets have kind of been playing some blowout games recently, but this one should stay competitive with them at home against the Lakers. I like it. Lakers don't really play a ton of backcourt defense, so Jamal Murray should get to do what he wants. And if they throw 2 at Jamal, should be a lot of Peyton Watson and Aaron Gordon. DeAndre Ayton's coming off a game where he didn't miss a shot. That was kind of fun. He went like 10 for 10, I think. And he had 25 points and 13 boards. Just like, okay, Ayton's last 4 that he played. He had 13 and 13 against the Kings, 17 and 18 against the Hawks, 12 and 6 against the Hornets, 25 and 13 against the Raptors. I don't expect another 25 and 13, but I think you can get to dominating. I think you can. And that's it. That's it for me. LeBron too. LeBron James. Raptors and Warriors. So here's like the big take from this morning. If the line is going to stay like this, you got to be drafting the shit out of Steph Curry right now. I think the field thinks Steph is going to sit tonight. Even if he only plays 28 minutes, he's going like pick 14, 15. I don't know if they think he's going to sit or if he's going to be super limited on the back-to-back, but the Warriors are favored by 3.5 without Jimmy Butler. They get Draymond Green back, who didn't play last night. They get D'Anthony Melton back, who didn't play last night, but they probably don't have Al Horford. No Jimmy. No Kuminga again. I don't know. Oh, we got an underdog push notification. What is it? Oh, no, it's basketball. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to draft Steph. The Raptors lost Colin Murray-Boyles, and that sucks because we finally got Colin Murray-Boyles night. He was awesome against the Lakers, right? So ends up playing 24 minutes. He had 3 blocks. 2 of them happened within like 90 seconds of each other on Luka, both times going to the rack, and Colin just swatting that shit. CMB is fun, man. Congrats to the Raptors. They got a good one. There's no CMB in this game. There's no RJ still. There's no somebody named Chucky Hepburn, no Jacoby Walter, and no Jakob Poeltl. So Scotty, every single slate at the beginning of the day, Emmanuel Quickley is not really getting drafted. Then the projections come out, and Emmanuel Quickley's ranked like 25. I'm assuming IQ will be popular afternoon, like IQ, like Scotty, like BI. That's kind of it. Hey, does Sandro play 32 minutes tonight? You could talk me into Sandro. I don't think so, though. And then Heat Kings, Heater on the back-to-back, no Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero's got a rib injury, and they say no timetable for his return. That sucks for Miami. Norman Powell and Bam Adebayo. I will get back to there. Do you think Sabonis plays 25 minutes tonight, or does he continue to play 20? In his 2 games back, he's played 20 in both. That's been a bummer. I want to see more Sabone. Give us our Saboners. So that's tonight. Let's just take a look at the standings here. Let's take a look at the standings. So here we go. We're basically at the halfway point. Some of these teams have played 42 games now at this point. Halfway point. Pistons, 5.5 game lead. Look at it. Chunky. Celtics here, 10 games over 500. I still can't believe it. The Bing Bong Boys, 7 games back, a game and a half back behind the Celtics. They have now lost 4 in a row, 2-8 in their last 10. Full panic. Raptors are staying at 500 over their last 10. They're 25-19. I mean, they're 5-5 in their last 10. Sixers here just still chugging along. Both the Sixers and Magic have 23 wins, but the Sixers have 1 less loss. Cavs, with their loss, they fall back to the 7th seed at 24-20. Game and a half behind them are the Heat. Game and a half behind them are the Bulls. Game and a half behind them are the Hawks. With the Bucks win yesterday, ooh, baby, everything coming up Milwaukee. Just a half game back of the 10 seed. Get you in that postseason, Milwaukee. You can do it. Put your Giannis into it. On the west side of stuff here, we have OKC just cruising. Shout out Will Smith. They got a 5.5 game lead over the Spurs, who have a game lead over the Nuggets. Still can't believe the Nuggets are 6-4 in their last 10 with just the hospital squad. Timberwolves slid right into the 4th seed, however, have lost 2 in a row. Nice little bounce back spot against the Utah Jazz. The Rockets are now a half game back behind them. Both the Rockets and the Lakers just 5-5 in their last 10, which has allowed the Phoenix Suns to slide pretty close to the Lakers here and get themselves in the top 6. They have they played 2 extra games than the Lakers, 1 extra win, 1 extra loss in those columns. Just a half game back behind the Rockets. And then the Warriors, as I mentioned, 7-3 in their last 10. They've won 4 in a row. They're 6 games over 500, but they lose Jimmy. The Portland Trailblazers are red hot. 8-2 in their last 10. They are the 9 seed now. They are 500. Denny Avdia, he returned kind of out of nowhere, looked awesome in his game back. They've been playing good ball, man. They've just gotten Drew Holiday back. Jeremy Grant is back. So is Yang, who's been bad. But they're now 500, man. Shout out the Blazers. And the Clippers have finally got themselves back into the play-in. They've won 6 in a row, 8-2 in their last 10. Still 4 games under 500. And then the Grizzlies, who we didn't even talk about this. Memphis got Ja Morant back. And he, what did he have, like 20-13 or 26-13 in London? And I don't know. After the game, Ja was just kind of like, I love it here. I'm loyal to Memphis. I have a Grizzlies logo tattooed on my back. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know what a trade market is. I don't know what Memphis does, but here they are, 3-7 in their last 10. They are a half game out. And then the Mavericks, red hot, 6-4 in their last 10, winners of 3 in a row. They are 2 games out of the 10 seed, and then it's the Jazz, the Kings, and the Pellies. So, I mentioned the Jazz turning on the tank here. So the Jazz are, right now, they are third to last in the West, but with 14 wins, that puts so that means they are, so what did I say, third in the West? So the Pelicans with 10 wins, Pacers, and Wiz. That's your 1, 2, 3 bottom seeds. Then you have the Nets with 12 and the Kings with 12. So that puts the Jazz here in the 6th spot. The Jazz here in the 6th spot. We should also put some love here on the Hornets, who the Hornets have like quietly been hooping lately. So they got a win over Denver, 110-87, blew them out. They lost to the Warriors. They blew out the Lakers, lost to the Clippers, blew out the Jazz, lost to the Pacers, Raps, then wins over OKC and the Bulls. They've quietly been hooping. So shout them out. Did we get a report on this? Common says Kyrie mid-February return, because I feel like there's been some real mixed messaging here from the Mavericks and some of the beat reporters. Let me check Twitter, and then I'll just jump in an underdog. We'll jump in a 8K contest. We'll try to get some sweet cash on me. Hold on, let me go check this. Let me see. Did we get some Kyrie stuff here? Jimmy Butler diagnosed with torn ACL. No, that's the last thing I got. Yeah. Did you see any reporting on that, Common Man? All right, let's jump into underdog. Let's go do a draft. Also, this is where we're at best ball wise. Just quick, another update here. I've lost a couple of teams over the last couple of days. We need Jokic to come back. But right now we're advancing. I don't know. What's that? 30, 35, 36. I don't know. Something like that. But good to see. All right, let's jump in one of these. We've already done 30. We've done a lot. We were really grinding this morning. All right, we're drafting out of the 5 hole. Here. Let's actually just poke at that's 36 advancing. Thank you, Magikarp. Couldn't do the math off the top of my head. Let's actually, so we've done 30 so far. Oh, this is going to take too long. We'll check in a second. You know what we can do while we're waiting for that draft? We're on the clock in the dinger. I honestly, guys, I'm baseball pilled now for best ball. Oh, Reggie mentioned it during the game. All right. So we have, we took Kyle Tucker here. We took Scooby-Doo with that pick. I think we're going to take another outfielder. Here. I think we're going to take Jackson Merrill. What just happened? We're going to take Jackson Merrill here because it's easier to get infield value than it is to get outfield value. So we'll take Jackson Merrill. That's at least what I've learned from talking to like 2 people. I know. Shout out G-Dunn. I don't know. I kind of got so rare got me back into MLB, which I got a meeting with them later this week to talk MLB. That got me back into MLB. That got me back into it. Keldon Johnson for 6 man. I'll hear it, man. Big body, Keldon Johnson. You love to see it. I'll listen to that. Yeah, I think it's Keldon Johnson, Anthony Simon, and Naz Reid right now. That's the 3. Stan tried to... we talked about this last week, and then Stan goes into Discord, and he's like, yeah, but what about Anthony Black? Look at FanDuel. The FanDuel Lords have Anthony Black up there. Anthony Black is going to start more games than he's going to sit. Then he's going to come off the bench, so it can't be him. Emo saying Embiid ADP 7 is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, he's not playing, right? I mean, I've gotten Embiid wrong so many times, so he's not playing. My favorite start so far, at the 6-7, there you go, DJP. The Şengün Maxi starts are really fun. Those are really fun. Yeah, I'll listen to Jaime Jaquez if your team can stop sucking, but I do like Jaime Jaquez, Stan. I do like Jaime Jaquez. Yeah, those wow, Wemby 101, Luka at 2. Like, what are we doing? Maxi at 3. All right. People they're waking up. So we'll take Harden at 5. Yeah, sure. Anthony Edwards ahead of Harden too. Man, people might be spooked. From this tag. I'll take Şengün here too, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's go. Harden Şengün? Sure. Give me the Goon Squad and free my soul. I like Şengün. I also, man, I've been taking so much Zubats early. I'm now a little spooked about the Lowry marketing. I talked myself into Lowry. I just thought him being ruled out so many times and then getting a Q, like he was getting ruled out days in advance. And then for him to get a Q tag, I thought we were going to see Lowry, but I might pump the brakes on old marketing. But maybe it means Lowry's back in keynotes out. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Man, I feel like I should just stream for 5 hours so I can avoid taking my dog out because it is so cold. I do not want to go outside. I'm like, I just watched somebody walk by and it looked like they were vaping with how much smoke was coming out. I mean, they were not smoking, but you know what I mean. How much breath was coming out. I don't know why I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but it's cold. No, listen, I want Keno to play, man. I love Keontae. I want Keontae to play. I just that spread jumping right. I think it was 10.5 when I looked this morning. What did I have written down here? Yeah, it was 10. I mean, 2 points. That's a big chunk, man. 2 points is a big chunky chunk. People also don't want to draft Ahmed Thompson. I feel like Ahmed Thompson's been playing really well lately. Like, this feels he's dropping too much. Don't make me take Booker. All right, well, fuck, I'm going to end up with Booker. I don't want to take Booker. I actually might take Bam instead. How many minutes did Bam play last night? 25? Yeah, 25. He gets Sabonis and Maxime Renaud. Yeah, we'll go Bam. Yeah, I know. He just plays 40. I'm drafting him all the time. Yeah, all right. Keontae's awesome, man. I love Keontae. Like Utah is a fun league. Utah and Charlotte, those are like good league pass teams. There you go, Keontae at 15. You're really gonna take me? I honestly don't want to take more Booker. Wow, Ingram there. We'll take Bam. We'll take Bam here, and then hopefully one of Booker or Zubats falls. I've got a lot of Zubats action so far this morning, but I prefer that than taking Russ. But I will take Russ if he's there. What is this game you're playing? This is Underdog, baby. This is Underdog, Alan. It's a 6-person draft for just tonight only. Alan, you gotta get in the Underdog streets, man. Although, where are you located, Alan? You're in Busta. No, you're not in Bosnia, but I know you're Bosnian, but where are you? Where are you located? All right, I think we're just gonna take Russ here. I don't really want Vooch. I think we'll just take Russ. Little in-game correlation here between Bam Adebayo and Russell Westbrook. We'll just do that. Sweden. Yeah, I don't think you can play in Sweden. Shout out Sweden, though, man. I want to go to Sweden. That's on my list of places I would like to visit. Also, we were watching an old Taskmaster last night, and they were doing one of the tasks with the guy in Sweden. And Taskmaster's doing a U.S. tour right now, live shows, and the shit sold out so fast, I couldn't believe it. I was trying really hard to get tickets. I would have gone to either New York or Philly. I think they were in Philly last night, and Chris Gethard was one of their guests. And I was like, man, come on. Love Taskmaster. Love Chris Gethard. Chris Gethard, that makes me like nostalgic for my early New York days. Well done, Common Man. No, that's not my buddy, Alan. That's not to get political. That is not my buddy. Not my president. No, I'm not going to do that either. But he's not. No, I hate it. Also, that's a red flag. That's anybody that's caring about Greenland that much is a red flag, one way or the other. Can we get your take on how much of a dork Mendoza is? No, I don't know. I don't have any takes on that. Honestly, I don't have a lot of strong college football takes except for the fact University of South Florida Go Bulls alumni. Miami can go fuck themselves. So I'm glad they lost. What, did you have money on Miami last night? Is he a dork? I don't know anything about him. Also, can I show you? I forgot to unpack this for my trip back home. This was a literal gift that I got. And it was just like a BioFreeze pack, bro. 3 different BioFreezes. That's how washed I am. People are like, oh, he would love this. And you know what? I did. Oh, I don't want more DeMar DeRozan. I really don't. But what I will do is take Norman Powell here. Push Norman up to 29. Look at this. What if this game goes into triple overtime, though? Bam, Russ, and Norm? And then, actually, you know what I will do? We'll throw Sabonis. Where did Giddey go? Man, Giddey went 25. What are you dickheads doing? Let us have 6-round Giddey. We'll take Sabonis up there. I think all right, we'll take VJ. I mean, I guess I will take DeRozan here. I don't want DeRozan, but we'll do DeRozan, Castle, Paul George, Emmanuel Quickley, one of these four. And then we'll call it, baby. All right, I'll go listen to some interviews. Yeah, I don't have any Mendoza takes. I don't. All right, last pick, DeMar DeRozan. Here we go. Wow, I got to draft more today. That's going to be my last one. Here's my exposure so far today. So, okay, holy shit, 43% Zubats. That's a lot of Lowry. That makes me nervous. 36% Lowry, 33% Amen. A lot of Giddy, 30% Giddy. That's through 30. We got to do some more. We got to do some more this morning. Looks like the last 5-6 man of the year were all on teams that won at least 50 games. Consider that. Wow, look at Maddie Harrison. The more you know. Thank you, Maddie. We're going to call it there. Good to be back, boys and girls. Good luck out there in those streets. NBA Bit returns tomorrow morning. Go check out Bagel with Locks. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay warm out there. I'm going to continue to complain about being cold.